Sophomore class, you should have a data card in front of you. Teachers, if you need to pass out the data cards, could you pause the video and pass those out? This video explains how to interpret those data cards. Let's begin. So sophomore class, you should see a data card that looks like this. You should have your name at the top. This is Edger, an example. 10th grade PSAT, and you should see your total score on the PSAT, reading score plus the math score. That's the front of the card. There's a little note for you to read on your own about the difference between PSAT and SAT scoring. If I misspelled your name, I'm deeply sorry. My mistake. If I entered the wrong data here, you should trust the official paperwork that College Board sent you that has your official PSAT score. My apologies if I input the data wrong. Now the back page is what I'd like for us to pay attention to. So flip to the back page and let's look at all the information that you can find here. Let me open my handy dandy spotlight to help us focus. So we have the left side of the page. This contains SAT scores for college freshmen entering into various universities throughout the country. So this represents the 75th percentile scores for students entering Harvard, for instance. That's not the average student, that's the top one-quarter students. One-quarter students. So the 75th percentile student at Harvard appears to be earning a perfect score. Kudos to them. You see the scores for IU and Purdue, U of Chicago, Ball State Butler, and IUPUI. Do you have to earn these scores in order to get into these schools? No, but you become more competitive if you are earning higher than the 75th percentile student who enters these schools. So if you want to get into Ball State, get into Purdue, aim for these scores, but if you don't reach, say, a 1330 on the SAT for Purdue, that's fine. You can still get in. Plenty of students do. In fact, 3/4 of the students at Purdue get in with a score below a 1330, but you become more competitive when you have these higher scores. Let's proceed to the other side of this data card. You have information about the PSAT National Merit Contest, so students can become commended students, semifinalists, and finalists. There are over 50 colleges in the country that offer full tuition scholarships to National Merit finalists. Evansville, University of Evansville is one. University of Alabama is the other. We also have the SAT MudSoc. These are average SAT scores between our two high schools, Fishers and HSE. And you notice we're tied. I don't like that we're tied. I want us to have a higher score than HSE. We have in the past just by a few points, and I think we can again. So let's continue to study for the SAT and do our best on it. If you want to take a study class, I happen to know someone who teaches one here at the school. Keep your eyes peeled for announcements about the SAT prep class. Here is the PSAT average for last year's juniors, so our current seniors. When they were juniors, they earned this score. Our current juniors earned this score, and kudos to those juniors for growing by 68 points from their sophomore year to their junior year. That's impressive. And then here's your average score, plus 9 points over last year's sophomores, this year's juniors. Your score was better than theirs by 9 points, so kudos to you for that. See if you can match the juniors' growth or exceed it, because the juniors grew quite a bit from sophomore year to junior year. So sophomores, when you take this test next year, try to match their growth. And then we have the pre-ACT, which our freshmen take. This is your data card, sophomore class of Fishers High School. Know that you can improve your score when you go from PSAT to SAT. You just have to study. You will also take the PSAT next year as juniors, and that's the year when you can earn that National Merit Finalist, Semifinalist, Commended Student ranking. So prepare for the PSAT, prepare for the SAT, and have a wonderful day.